The Story of Anie Cupcake. Anie Cupcake began as an imaginary friend of two little children who, in the absence of their mother, decided to create the maternal figure that they needed. The millionaire siblings Elias and Sarah Smith spent years with their beloved Anie, feeling comforted by the thought of her. But still, they felt lonely. For she couldn't read them stories or tuck them into bed like they had always wanted. However, after hearing a passing rumor that there was a way to bring caricatures to life, the Smith siblings were eager to spend every dollar they had to make their imaginary caretaker a reality. The sums of money they paid were immense, but they were assured that she would be exactly how they imagined her: a sweet, kind, excellent cook with the most wonderful, beautiful singing voice. And so, Anie Cupcake was born into the world of man. How exactly was it done? The Smith siblings never revealed the secret to her creation. Just know that it was neither cheap nor easy. Anie was loved by the siblings, playing the motherly role they desired, giving them the comfort and warmth that they yearned for. As they grew older, and as Anie grew closer to their hearts, they decided to share her love and passion with everyone in the form of her own cooking program. Unsurprisingly, the cheerfully sweet cartoon known as Anie Cupcake was well received by the public. She was a savior for clueless cooking housewives, a good role model for future chefs, and the wife of every man's dreams. But things couldn't remain blissful forever. Children attempted to prepare Annie's recipes without adult supervision, leading to injuries, some minor, some major, some fatal. The prideful parents, victim to their children's own naivety, blamed Anie for the accidents, prompting the Smith siblings to cancel the program to protect their dear Anie. But the guilt and blame continued to haunt her. The rumors grew harsh, but the siblings couldn't bear the thought of keeping Anie locked up from the world. In their eyes, such a kind, helpful, gentle soul didn't deserve to be hidden. Reluctantly, they came to the conclusion that Anie should go off on her own. Maybe find a peaceful town where she could help care for everyone all over again. Thoughts like that were the only things keeping her together, as she was separated from her creators, her children. Although the thought of peace was nice, around every corner was a disappointed fan, infected by the rumors, who was ready to hurt her without hesitation. She was insulted, beaten until black and blue, but a silver lining appeared when a woman helped her escape her abusers. The woman Marlin opened the doors to her home, gladly providing Anie with company and safety, seeing how Anie wasn't even close to the cruel monster everyone made her out to be. Quickly, the two became best friends, sharing everything they had and working together. Marlin was different from the others. She too was feared, and her work aiding the victims of deadly diseases led to accusations of witchcraft. Her job may have been ugly, but she was not. However, she was a bother to the church. The church who believed people would be tempted to fulfill their whims through witchery, rather than waiting for God to hear them. Time passed, but Anie still felt guilty about the children's deaths, a guilt that would not let her sleep peacefully. One night, Anie slipped away, for she innocently thought that by using her special gift to bring the children back, she could earn the people's forgiveness. The joy she could bring these grieving families was all she could think of. Anie didn't even stop to consider what she was actually doing, giving life to a human corpse. So excited that her powers had worked, and that she could finally help reunite parents with their children, she didn't think of what other people would see. She saw them as children brought back to life. Others saw them as horrifying reanimated flesh. If you were one of those parents, how would you have reacted? Would this have been a tragic mockery, a cute act, or a waking nightmare? Once again, Anie was a target of the people's anger and fear. They called her a witch, a practitioner of dark magic. Soon the church stepped in, issuing an order for Annie's punishment. However, Marlon was never going to let them take Anie. Angered by this defiance, the members of the church called for Marlon's head. Without hesitation, their followers beheaded Marlon. Seeing her only friend killed in front of her, Anie was devastated beyond imagining. All of this because of her careless desire for redemption. Soon after, they took Anie by force to be brought to their twisted justice. Anie was punished publicly, undressed, humiliated, and tortured until she lost consciousness. But she was kept alive. When she woke up, the angry mob was gone, and the church members have left. With barely any strength left, she tried to get up. But she failed. So she crawled. She wasn't going to waste this opportunity. She no longer wanted to be in that cruel town anymore. She wouldn't give the people another chance to hurt her. Gathering enough strength and determination, Anie managed to get on her feet and walk.
No more. I don't want this. I don't deserve this.
Anie kept walking, screaming those words in her heart. Slowly, steadily, she walked through the night and into the dawn. She didn't know where she was anymore. All she knew was that she could not stop.
As far away as possible.
That was the only goal in her weary mind. After what felt like an eternity of walking through an empty world, Anie finally encountered another living being. Not a human, but a fellow cartoon, just like her. With no more strength left, Anie fell into the young toon's arms.
The humans! The cruel humans! They killed her! Because of me! They killed her! Because of me!
Anie could barely speak as her consciousness faded. Hearing only those words and not knowing what else to do, the young toon carried her to the one place he knew she would get the help that she desperately needed. Thanks to that kind heart, Annie's destiny would change. She's escaped to a safe haven where there were no humans to hurt her anymore. Anie has found Toontown. That's Annie's story so far. There's still much to reveal, but we'll leave it at that for now.